Hi, Rabbi.
Good evening, Asa. Good evening.
Good evening. Good. So when are you going to Israel, Rabbi?
Bezrat Hashem on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Uh-huh. Good. And you're coming back after Shavuot?
The following after Shavuot, the following Wednesday. Following
Okay.
Wednesday. How is Ike doing in Israel? Is he okay?
Yeah. He's leading the group, and he has a very fun-filled itinerary. And not only the holy places, but some places where they'll enjoy some
Now listen,
relaxation.
the kids need it. I mean,
Yeah.
these kids, the kids need
Yeah.
education.
And then he's
But
going
I
to
hear
Mas
there are some people are telling me that they're in Israel. There are still rumor already that Israel and Iran are going to go for another round. Yeah.
they've been saying that for a while now, so we'll see.
He said we have to wait till the president is coming from China.
Yeah.
No, but
Only God knows. Yeah, only
you
God
realize
knows, Rabbi.
if it happens, it's going to cause again problems getting out of the country or getting in.
Of course. Of course. Yep.
Okay, okay. So you put, was, it's about 2 miles. I mean,
I don't know to see.
You know how, yeah, Rabbi, I was reading an article from, I think it was Aish, and Geniza has become very complex. What you can put, what you can't put, newspapers or just, does it have the name Hashem? Does it have it was about 30 pages of documentation as to what you can do with Geniza in this day and age. It's not so easy.
Because every weekend you have in every shul so many different publications. Here in Ballpark, every shul gets
I am
between
Tovim.
five and 10 copies, and on each copy they have 5 or 10 for.
Or whether it
But
has,
after a month, you have already thousands of papers. In the past, this was never a problem.
But why do they keep printing Hashem's name? Just put something else in it.
No, but the Gnizah doesn't have to do with Shem Hashem. The Gnizah has to do with Divrei Torah or not Divrei Torah.
Oh, it's really another. I thought it's only Hashem's name.
Okay, anyway, but in the Ashkenazi community, anything that has Divrei Torah is buried. Why is the Kedusha of a Chumash only if you have Shem Hashem?
so he wouldn't consider that.
I don't
no,
know.
it's reprints. The rabbi, well, not the rabbi, but people just hand out handouts of the Shema Yisrael, and it's got Hashem's name in there. And what do you do with it?
Right. It's a very big problem.
Well, they tried to address it, but after all was said and done, it was still very complex.
Again, because printing became so cheap and many people have what to say, and there are many customers. In Shabbat, people come to shul, they like to pick up a paper. Look, ArtScroll gives out in every shul tens of thousands of copies all over the United States.
You have one
Beautiful, written very well. This week's Parashat Bamidbar, we read it always before Shavuot, because the Kelalot last week. Next week, we would read. By us, it's the second day of the holiday, and in Israel, it's going to be Parashat Naso. So it'll take us time till we catch up.
What is it? And the Bamidbar, right? Maton Maseh, maybe.
בדרך כלל.
Let me check.
The question is, look a second, interesting diukim in the psukim.
So let's actually catch up in Hakat Balak, Rabbi, like in a month before Matot Maseh. But maybe they also have a double. I'm not sure. But they're both double parshiot.
He's
So
living
one of
in
them.
his apartment.
You're so efficient. You're
Just-
amazing. You're amazing. God bless you.
But the question I have is, can I continue? So I do Shnai Mikra Echad Targum. Can I continue with that week, or do I take that week off? And instead of saying double that week, do I continue with Israel's schedule? I can.
Why? What is better for you?
It's easier to do one parsha a week than two parsha a week.
Okay.
The double ones are hard, but they've been not so bad.
Okay. The Shulchan Aruch said that you can really, for instance, on the plane, I'm going to take with me Chumash. I didn't finish Parshat Kedoshim. I
Right.
didn't finish Parshat Noach. I'm going. Shulchan Aruch says if you didn't do it on time, do it during the year. But
Doing
you're
like,
much better
right before
off.
Shabbat Torah or something, yeah,
You're much better off if you really try to be on
with the Sibur.
with the tzibur, because then the parasha that you hear on Shabbat
It's the same one, right?
sounds much better, much stronger.
Okay.
Look a second. So the parasha begins by we're counting the people. Rashi says mitoch chibatan lefanav mone otam kol shana. One of the signs that you like and you adore someone is you count it every time. So Rashi says he came out of Mitzrayim, he counted them. After Chet HaEgel, they were counted. Here, but look a second, who are the people who are, so Hashem, Moshe, imagine Moshe and Aaron are going from tent to tent. Together with them is the president of the Shevet, yes? And what are they doing there? All the men come out. My name is Yitzchak ben Avraham. I have X amount of people in my house. What is, can you imagine Moshe and Aaron? The Ramban says something really fascinating. The Ramban says, this way Moshe and Aaron looked on everyone. This way Moshe and Aaron blessed everyone. I mean, you realize we're talking about 600,000, yes? The ladies didn't come out, yes? The babies didn't come out. But everyone, according to Rashi, there's a major machloket here between Rashi and Ramban. According to Rashi, everyone had to bring a paper or a proof for his lineage. The Ramban says no one sinned in Egypt, no one except one lady. So there was no need. Everyone that came and faced Moshe and Aaron and gave the information, the counting, of course, was by everyone had to give Machzit shekel. David HaMelech at the end of Sefer Malachi, at the end of Sefer Shmuel, sent Yoav to count the Jewish people, and Yoav is trying to discourage him. And if you remember when we read Parashat Shekarim, we said, "Velo yeh ba'em negev vifkod otam." When Israel had twice sent the Census Bureau, there was a big halachic question: are religious people permitted to give information or not? And David HaMelech, it says in Tanakh, was punished very, very serious. Very serious, yeah. Great, the question is, why did David do it? Because David already suffered twice a rebellion, and he wanted to know how many people are really loyal to him and how many people can he count. This is a good legal excuse, but the reality is there was a plague, and 75,000 died because of that. The Torah, look a second on Perek Aleph Pasuk Daled, this is page 726. ואיתכם יהיו איש איש למטה איש ראש לבית אבותיו הוא. Which means if the father comes from one tribe and the mother is from the other tribe, you go after the father. Yes. Interestingly enough, they counted everyone from the age of 20. Kol Yotzei Tzava Israel. The commentators say it comes out everyone over 20 was strong enough to be counted as if, so to say, is a trained soldier. מה זה איש לבית אבותיו הוא? What is the who? We live in a day and age that everyone has, this is my card. My father was so-and-so, my grandfather was so-and-so. I own this business. I am president of the shul. The Torah says, Ish lebeit avotav hu. You are a great man because of you, not because of all the trimmings around. This is lost. It used to be that people are from mishpacha chashuva. People are great people because of their own accomplishments. You know, but Hasidim, for instance, are makpid very much on yichus. You get an invitation from a Hasid, it says, this and this fellow, the son of this one, the grandson of this. By the Hasidim, this is a big deal because yichus is important. Yichus is important if the children and the grandchildren are following the footsteps. Yes. I ask the kids very often, Salim, Moshe Rabbeinu walks into our homes today, will he feel comfortable or not? Here,
Sorry, we became too American. I think that's the.
I'm not talking now only about the technology that you have, but does the house smell a Jewish home or not? You understand?
No,
Look
we
at the
became
Mizrahi.
a melting pot. It's no longer only Jewish. We have part of us is Jewish, part of us
Right.
the customs of the
Many
land.
of us, even those who are observant, even those who are religious, but the American part of us is sometimes taking over.
It's not specific to America. It's almost every single one.
No,
When they were
no.
in Syria, it was the same thing. They took the Syrian customs and they were it's part of the challenge. We go from land to land and
Listen to something fascinating. In Perek Chav Gimel, Pasuk Tet, it's in Parshat Balak. When Bilam is prophesying, he says like this, Ki merosh tzurim erenu. If I look in the beginning of the Jewish people, you are strong as rocks. And Am levadad yishkon, ובגויים לא יתחשב. Says the Netziv here, and Am levadad, if the Jewish people are keeping their real identity, yishkon, we can survive. Uvagoyim, if we try to emulate the lifestyle, to integrate, as you said, the goyim lo yitchashav. Yeah, look. I mean, you realize what the New York Times wrote about us this week? We can say we don't care, but 280 million Americans do really, yes. I mean, if you have a flag with a swastika on top of NYU, if you have a demonstration, we are happy. Oh, the police was there. And Am levadad, if we are proud of us being alone, not looking for others, Yishkon, you can dwell securely. ובגויים, if we try to emulate others, לא יתחשב. But listen what the Targum says, this is why. No, it's not a Targum because I have to bring the Chumash Testament. Listen what the Targum Natan Ben Uziel says. I'll read it to you from the Chumash is up there, any koch to climb up and to bring it. Anyway, the Natan Ben Uziel openly says, if we are keeping to ourselves without integrating others, Hashem is going to watch over us. But if we try, like this is Jewish history, isn't it? In this week's parasha, we learn that every shevet had a flag. What is the point of having a flag? I mean, a flag is a symbol that but each one of the Shvatim had a flag that was a message to that shevet. Yes? For instance, the dagel of Reuven had the Dudaim. Yes? Because of the Dudaim, Reuven really cared for his mother, yes? And he went to bring a Dudaim, and because of that, Leah had another child. So the Dudaim is a symbol to Shevet Reuven for dedication. Yehuda had a lion on his flag. Think about it. A flag in the Midbar was much more than today. If you look at American flag, right? It brings out what we feel deeply about. But the symbols on the flag itself doesn't mean anything. Ezra, what is the blue-white Israeli flag with the Magen David in the middle? We associate it with a lot of emotions, yeah? But there's nothing Jewish about it, you know what I mean? Of course, this is the flag of the Jewish state. But by the Shvatim, each flag had a message to the tribe. Ephraim had a symbol of an ox. Yosef, b'chol shoro hadar lo. look at something very fascinating in this week's parasha, Perek Bet Pasuk Zayin. By every tribe in this week's parasha, Katuv, starts with a Vav. I'm giving you an example here. Perek Bet Pasuk Zayin says, Mate Zevulun, Venasi Livnei Zevulun. Let me read you by others, yes? The commentators say that Zvulun is the only one that doesn't have a Vav. Umate Menashe. The reason was, since Zvulun was a supporter of Issachar, they are considered like one, considered one. I'll say a few things that has to do with the Megillat Ruth next week, because probably Monday night will be the last night that we're learning. Salim, how does it look? People say that there is a smell of starting the war again, or
Not that I have heard.
I met this morning a fellow in Sharet Zion, a fellow from Israel. He says to me, his wife begged him, he says, please take the first plane you can take, either today or Sunday. He says, by us, everyone talks that the war is going to be resumed soon.
They seem to know a lot over there. They prepare them very well. So it's
So the
possible.
question is it only rumors or fear of people or a wife?
Today they've been focused on the China stuff, not too much with Iran.
But the point, what is the purpose of the president going to China?
It's supposedly for trade, but who knows what they actually talked about.
That people claim that China is one of the biggest consumers of the Iran oil. China is a very
No,
big.
is the biggest consumer of that, not one.
What?
It's not one of the. It is the biggest consumer of Iranian oil.
So they really have to talk to people say that nothing will happen until he comes back. If anything happens, it's only after he comes back from China.
Well, he's coming. It's only a 2-day thing, so he's supposed to come back this weekend. So, I mean, I haven't heard anything. But
Okay, Baruch Hashem, you listen
but the
to
Israelis,
you didn't hear.
the last time this happened, a friend of mine had a bar mitzvah, and some of the people went a little earlier. They went on Thursday rather than his flight was Saturday night or Sunday, and they left on Thursday. As soon as they got there, the people at the hotel told them, "You need," because she saw she had kids and so young kids. She said, "Get on the flight, go straight back home. Do not stay here." This is
Wow.
before the war started. And then that Shabbat, the war started. They were stuck there for like 2-3 weeks.
Wow,
I don't know
wow,
exactly
wow,
how
wow.
long they got stuck there.
I
And
mean,
my friend's
you're
flight
saying that
luckily
people
got
there,
canceled.
you mean
Yeah.
people there have more information
They have
sometimes.
yeah, exactly. The government or I don't know what, they tell them in advance that something is going on, prepare yourselves. So if someone in Israel told you that, I would take it to
Imagine an
heart.
Israeli says to me, my wife called me this morning panicking. You have to come right back because otherwise we'll be stuck. And his wife is pregnant also. So this is,
Yeah. Okay. Who knows, Rabbi? This is it's a day by day thing, Rabbi.
no, the
Right.
nafkamina is, Bezrat Hashem, my wife and myself and our grandchildren are going to Israel for a short time, but I cannot afford to be stuck there for for a long time.
It's out of your control. If the war happens to start
No. So the question is,
you're there.
this is the question. Should we just, okay, postpone the trip for the summer sometime, but not now. And
It
okay.
doesn't that it's this is the I was supposed to go to Israel last summer, and since then it's been very difficult. Every single time they go to a war or something, it's because it's very unpredictable and you don't know. Like now, there's been, I don't know, 2 months of peace and mainly quiet. Who knows? Unless you find out otherwise, I would just continue to go. But
Yes, yeah. I guess I mean it's really my daughter-in-law who this is her son, so we have to.
right, so all these bar mitzvahs are up, I guess.
No, but remember, is that we're not making any party there. The family going together to the
Right, right,
country
right.
to
No,
Kabbalah
it's not the party.
Achel.
You're gonna
This
sit,
is
you're gonna have dinner together. You're gonna hang. You're gonna, it's a family vacation essentially.
one of the big questions on Chag HaShavuot is the custom to stay up all night is because somehow the Jewish people slept late. Is it possible? Remember, they came out of Egypt and they were told that eventually we're coming out to receive the Constitution, the Torah. How can they sleep late? It's really fascinating. Rabbi Schwab and others claim as follows. They couldn't believe that Hashem is going to reveal himself to them personally. They thought, we just came out of Egypt. We're unworthy to see. They thought that they have to go to sleep and the Torah will be given to them, the same as the Nevi'im got revelations. You hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pele. Somebody didn't go to sleep because they were lazy to get up. They thought this is going to be the event of Matan Torah, the Manyan Mod. Now, when Bil'am is talking about the Jewish people, he says, Keil Motziam Mimitzrayim. Motziam is present, not Hotziam in the past. Says the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, that Yetziat Mitzrayim is an event that reappears every year, which means, when we say every morning, שבחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה השם נותן התורה, Hashem is giving the Torah every year on Shavuot, which means if we are preparing ourselves, tonight was 43, Laomer, right? The way the Sefer HaChinuch explains, we are preparing ourselves to this. But it's important because remember, Shavuot is being looked upon always as a family day. It's beautiful. But on a personal level, the Sfarim look on Shavuot as Yom Adin of Kabbalat HaTorah. Yom Adin of Kabbalat HaTorah. Remember, Bayas, what is difference between Shavuot and any other holidays? And Pesach, you have Matzah, you have the Seder. Sukkot, you sit in the Sukkah. Rosh Hashanah, Shofar, Kippur. Chag HaShavuot is like a regular day. All the customs that we have, which is, this is customs. So what is the holiday? The holiday, again, is to realize we are integrating the Torah into real life. It's very easy to eat and say beracha, but to really feel that without the Torah, my life is without any directions. Look how many people in Israel, right? Because of the unfortunate events of the last 2.5, 3 years, suddenly come back to the Torah to read, to realize it. I remember right after October, one of the people from the South said, he came to Rishon LeZion and said, Ani lo yadati. But can anyone just give me some explanation? He met two guys, regular, sincerely religious, and they told him, listen, we're not giving you any interpretation. We're not agents of God, but God gave us the Torah. Let's read the Torah together. Right? He says, we don't know why this group of people, but in general, right? This is as far as reward and punishment. But to look on the Torah as the Torah is shaping our lives, and it's only Torah. This is what Chag HaShavuot is about. Listen to a fascinating interpretation. When Boaz met Ruth, he says to her, Yeshalem Hashem maskurtech. You have to read the pasuk. I'm sorry. Yeshalem Hashem po'olech. ותהי משכורתך שלמה, ועם השם אלוהי ישראל, אשר באת לחסות תחת כנפיו. He tells her you'll be paid double. ותהי משכורתך שלמה, or not really double, but have a perfect reward. Says one of the great scholars like this. The Gemara says in Kiddushin, that גדול המצווה ועושה ממי שאינו מצווה ועושה. A person who does it on a volunteer base, Rav Yosef thought is on a greater level than מצווה ועושה, but the conclusion is not so. If I am commanded, I have pressure, Ruth did both. Ruth, on her own, she volunteered to become. So this is like Eino Mitzuveh Ve'oseh. Then she becomes fully Jewish. Now she's Mitzuveh Ve'oseh. This is why Uteim Maskurtech Shleima Ve'im Hashem Elokei Israel. If you remember when she approaches Boaz, what did Boaz tell her? She tells Boaz, me, Ruth, I inherited a piece of land from my husband Machlon, and my mother-in-law Naomi has also a piece of land. We are both planning to sell because we are so poor. The Torah says in Parashat Behar that a relative has to help and make sure that the field is not being sold to strangers. And if it did so, he has to buy it back. So basically, she is coming with the halacha deoraita before the concept of yibum. I have a piece of land. Now, are you aware that the father of Boaz, his name was Salmon? Elimelech was the uncle of Boaz. There is a third brother. His name was Tov. When she offers to buy it, she says to Boaz, you are the relative. He says, no, my uncle is first. The next day, think for a minute, Boaz is assembling people. And it says, Ve'inei hagoel over. How did this uncle happen to be right there? There's a very powerful chazal that say, here it is. Ruth did what she can. Boaz did what she can. Hashem says, let me do now what I can. And he made sure that this fellow is in the Beit Din. Boaz says to him, "You are first in line to purchase the land." And he says, "Okay, I'll do it." Then Boaz says to him, "If you do that, there is a precondition. The precondition is to marry Ruth." And he says, "I'm afraid to do it." Even though he knew that the halacha is Ammoni velo Ammonit, Moavi velo Moavit, he is afraid that his children might be damaged. Because even though the court decided now that it's okay, might be different in the future. This is why he didn't want. Boaz was not afraid, because Boaz knew that this is Halacha Moshe Sinai, so this can never change. So Lema'aseh it comes out that the Halacha of Moavi velo Moavit, that the female Moavit can enter, was mitchadesh only that by this assembly. And maybe Monday I'll show you a Gemara in Chagiga, a fascinating Gemara, how Shemuel Hanavi wanted to make sure that everyone knows this is Halacha Moshe Sinai. So we have to stop now. Bezrat Hashem, Monday night we'll learn again. Laila Tov, everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.